Now on CoastTV News.
A bid secured for new docks in Lewis. Upgrades coming to the Canal Front Park Marina, but at what cost?
Enter at your own risk. The Ocean City Beach Patrol is off duty for the season.
A looming government shutdown and lots of finger pointing from both sides.
A good chance of showers and thunderstorms on Thursday and possibly some severe. We'll get the latest tracking of them.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
These old wooden docks are going to get a facelift. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin with the first step in upgrading floating docks in Lewis.
There are currently 19 boat slips at the marina with floating docks on either side of those slips, and some of the docks will be getting a makeover. Coast TV reporter Brandon Ferguson is live now in Lewis. Brandon, what is it that needs to be changed or upgraded there?
Christina, check out these docks behind me. You notice the old wooden boards on top? Those boards are being replaced, and the city says the replacements will last 25 years. Boats making their way through the Canal Front Park Marina, while other boats are tied up on floating docks that will soon be replaced.
Can't go wrong with new stuff.
William Smith visits Canal Front Park a lot. He's excited for the upgrade.
I'm sure it'll make the area look great. Anything new around here is always going to be a pleasure.
5 different contractors bid on this project, and ultimately the city awarded the job to Hastings Marine Construction for just over $152,000. With this bid being awarded this morning for docks like this, there's currently no timeline of when this work could start. According to the Lewis Canal Front Park Marina website, floating dock lengths range from 24 feet to 40 feet. The budget set for this project for fiscal year 2026 was $215,000. So that $152,000 bid awarded today is well under the budget, and that was applauded today at the meeting by the mayor and other council members. The city says one of the reasons they went with the Hastings bid is the material that will be used. It's called Owens Corning Wear Deck Decking. Lewis Parks and Marina Administrator Julia Kirsch says that made it an easy pick for the city. Money going to the docks to make this part of a classic city look brand new. In this morning's meeting, there was no timeline laid out from the winner of that bid of when these new boards will be hitting the docks. Live in Lewis, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Brandon. In August, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers awarded over a $9 million contract to dredge that same canal. Dredging could begin as early as October. That work restricted to the fall and winter months to protect local wildlife. Officials say the project is critical for safe navigation and flood control. Today's decision to build new docks along the canal is tied to this effort aimed at improving access, supporting local tourism, and modernizing marine activity in Lewis. The Ocean City Beach Patrol is done guarding the beach until next year. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappé is live in Ocean City. Kevin, the stands are now off the beach and it's for good.
Charlie, we're on the Ocean City Beach, and usually you would see lifeguard stands spaced out behind me. But according to the Ocean City Beach Patrol, they've put them away for the remainder of the year, leaving swimmers to take on the waves by themselves. The Ocean City Beach Patrol posted Monday announcing the end of coverage for the season, reminding beachgoers to stay alert and watch out for rip currents. It's a danger that kept lifeguards working nonstop, with Beach Patrol reporting over 3,500 rescues this year. Jason Boyd has been surfing his whole life, and he has advice for anyone caught in a rip current without lifeguards around.
Stay on top and swim sideways. Don't swim in and fight yourself. Just let it float you out, but go direct, horizontal with the beach until you're not getting sucked down anymore.
This is especially important for anyone hitting Ocean City. 4 oceans calling this weekend. Swim at your own risk. The Ocean City Beach Patrol will be back on the sand May 2026. I'm Kevin Zappé, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
And in Delaware, most beaches have removed lifeguard stands. Swimmers are urged to stay out of the water until lifeguards return next Memorial Day weekend. Now, despite the warm weather, beach patrols are saying rip currents remain dangerous, especially during peak hurricane season. Coastal beaches including Lewis, Dewey, Bethany, and Fenwick Island, they ended their lifeguard coverage after Labor Day, but Rehoboth Beach will remain staffed until the end of September.
All this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what do you do when the lifeguards are gone?
Let's see. Let's look at the results here. Some mixed answers. 35% say they stay on the sand. 53% say they swim anyway. 4% go elsewhere. 8% say they just avoid the beach altogether.
I like what I heard from somebody earlier today. They said by the time they're gone, it's too cold to be in the water.
That is true.
If you want to go vote, you can do that at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We're taking a live look into Rehoboth Beach right now. Let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, right now we are keeping a close eye on a storm system that's quite gelled yet, but we're expecting for it to bring some thunder our way for Thursday. But right now we still have mixture of clouds and sunshine right now. Milford, we're looking at 77 degrees. We'll drop back to 73 by 9 o'clock, partly cloudy skies. Temps right now, we're in the 80s without the inland areas. 82 in Georgetown, Laurel, Seaford, just as an example. But we are a couple of degrees cooler than we were just last night or the same time. But in Dover, 10 degrees cooler. So yeah, cooler air is in place. Rip current statement is active for us along the entire coast for us in Sussex. But overall, we're starting to see a couple of sprinkles mainly to our north. This trough, which is causing some concerns for us to our northwest, and it's really connected to what's happening with the surge of warm air that's coming out of the south, that's setting the stage for some scattered showers for right now. Really, I'm concerned about the thunderstorms. Like this model is showing as early as 2:30 in the morning, we're going to see some big problems along Highway 13, and it's going to race across with more problems later on. Coming up, Charlie, I'm going to detail another one of the models that I think we should lean on a little bit more for the timing of these upcoming storms.
Thank you, Paul. The Salisbury Police Department says there has been a recent increase in reported fraud schemes. The scams typically use email, text messages, and phone calls to send computer viruses, even obtain sensitive personal information. That includes things like bank account details, credit card information, social security numbers. The police say to never give any personal data out without verifying the identity of the organization or person, and never click on a link from an unknown email or website.
Officials are encouraging calm in the wake of a fatal shooting outside a Dallas ICE facility. 3 people were shot at the facility Wednesday morning, and according to Dallas police, 2 people are dead, including the shooter, who died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and a detainee. 2 other detainees were also injured. Early evidence suggests the shooter fired multiple rounds from a nearby roof. No ICE officers were hurt in the shooting, and investigators say the motive behind the shooting is not yet clear, but the FBI says rounds found near the shooter contained messages that were anti-ICE in nature.
This needs to stop. Violence is wrong. Politically motivated violence is wrong. It was 2 weeks ago today that we saw a political assassination in Utah that tore the heart out of much of this country. This is the 3rd shooting in Texas directed at ICE or CBP. This must stop.
Authorities did not immediately identify victims of the shooting, but again, no law enforcement were injured.
With a potential government shutdown on the horizon, both sides are digging in and trading blame. President Trump canceled the meeting with Democratic leaders intended to discuss funding plans, calling their demands ridiculous.
Meanwhile, as NBC's Ryan Nobles reports, Democrats say they are pushing for funding to support health care programs.
Unless something changes pretty dramatically over the next couple of days, it appears as though Congress is barreling toward a government shutdown. House and Senate leaders in both the Republican and Democratic Party can't come to an agreement to keep the government open, and the funding is scheduled to run out on September 30th. So far, Republicans have on the table what is described as a clean continuing resolution that would fund the government at current funding levels through the next 7 weeks, basically right before Thanksgiving. But Democrats aren't happy with that. They believe that Republicans have not done enough to come to the table and negotiate some things that they have real concerns about, particularly health care. They would like to see an expansion of subsidies connected to the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. They're also asking for Republicans to claw back some of the cuts that they made to Medicaid during the negotiations around the big, beautiful bill. So far, that's something Republicans just aren't interested in. And initially, Democratic leaders were going to meet with President Trump to hash this out on Thursday, but President Trump canceled that meeting after the Republican leaders in Congress told them that that would not be a productive exercise. So what does that mean? It means that no one's talking, and we're getting closer and closer to that September 30th deadline. Adding to all of that is that Congress isn't even scheduled to be in session until after the deadline passes. All of those things combined mean that a shutdown has become a real possibility. Ryan Nobles, NBC News, Washington.
A Georgetown home goes up in flames, what we've learned since the fact.
And we have a thunderous Thursday ahead of us. I'll show you what I'm tracking and pinpoint when it'll hit.
But first, people celebrating new high-speed services, how it's changing the game in Smith Island. That's up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore visited Smith Island today to celebrate the start of high-speed mobile and home internet service. The nearly $2 million project launched in June of last year, and it is now complete.
Yeah, and Governor Wes Moore was there speaking with Verizon engineers, business owners, and neighbors today. Community leaders say reliable internet opens up new opportunities for telehealth, remote work, and the economy.
For Smith Islanders, I know this is cliche, and it's probably been said too many times today. I don't think so, but it is a game changer. We're isolated. We have a thriving tourism industry, our seafood industry, and everything's connected now.
Some community members who have already signed up say the service is already making a big difference. State officials say Smith Island is the first of many remote communities in Maryland that they want to get connected.
It's almost that time again for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, Coast TV works to make the holidays brighter for kids across Delmarva. The money you give goes to local charities who buy Christmas presents. Right now, we're accepting applications from those nonprofits. The deadline to submit an application, it's next Wednesday, October 1st, and you can find the link at blessourchildren.org.
Quick look at your forecast. We are calling for rain and scattered showers and thunderstorms and a yellow alert day for Thursday for the Bay forecast, and everyone else. Your full forecast details are just around the corner. So we're going to have a yellow alert day for tomorrow, and I'm going to go over in detail the models I think we should lean more towards as far as dealing with thunderstorms on Thursday. And here's the plot twist. Mainly it looks like it's going to hit for the most part in the evening time with a couple of teasers in the daytime hours. But in Rehoboth right now, we're still very calm, a bit on the cloudy side admittedly, but we are calm and not dealing with the rain or thunderstorms just yet. We're expecting 73 degrees by 9 o'clock, and we're holding in the 80s right now. We are at 80 degrees right now in Milton, as well as Milford, as well as Harrington at this present time. So we're warm. Now, tomorrow we're going to start off a bit cloudy, and it's going to cut off the power cell of these storms. But in the meantime and in between time, we still have current RIP statements active from South Bethany, Fenwick Island, Ocean View, all the way up towards Rehoboth Beach and Lewis. Now, this stays in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. Now, yesterday I mentioned that it'll probably be extended to today, and that happened. Probably extend this again for next Thursday. So rip current's a problem. And since the lifeguards aren't there, why would you be out in that water anyway, right? So that being the case, we have scattered showers to our north for today and a sprinkle or two that might slide through. So don't be surprised if you get a sprinkle or two on your windshield. I've let you know about that. No, that didn't go past me, but that's not the big deal. We want to get to the big deal. So Thursday, we look for the rain. During the daytime hours, most of it will be cloud cover and maybe a sprinkle or two of some isolated showers. That's not my concern. I like focusing on when the problem hits, okay? Now, the problem's going to hit going into the evening hours, right around 10 o'clock. Finally, all the models are in agreement that 10 o'clock around that time is going to be the witching hour. And one quick note, as we're transitioning from summer to fall, got to give me a little grace period between, because the models have to kind of readjust to a new time period or new season, so to speak. See how that just hitched just a moment ago? That's part of the hitching that we're talking about in the adjustments. So I wanted to break this down. First of all, we are still under at least a marginal threat, okay, for chance of severe weather Now, let's break this down as detailed as we possibly can. So Thursday, right around 10 o'clock, we're looking for a cell to move across Del Mar, headed towards Millsboro, right here along Highway 54 and 24, right in that area, that sweet spot, 10 o'clock. And then it develops more as it goes over towards the Selbyville area. Now, then we switch our location for the beaches specifically. That same 10 o'clock, we'll have another cell that's going to pop up between Long Neck, Dewey Beach, Bethany Beach. We'll still have rain in Lewis and Rehoboth, but we're looking for the more intense cells along Highway 1 between Dewey Beach and Bethany Beach. 10 o'clock, then it moves out of the way, and we'll have some re-emerging scattered showers after that. So all of that is to make this real clear. We are expecting a yellow alert day for Thursday, thunderstorms. We'll get a break on Friday, Saturday, and another wave at least of scattered showers on Sunday through Monday.
Okay, thank you, Paul. The Georgetown Fire Company says Wednesday morning emergency units responded to a fire in the 2400 block of Shortley Road. When crews got there, the two-story wood frame home was in flames. Firefighters worked to put out the fire. Crews conducted operations to address remaining hot spots. The Delaware State Fire Marshal's office is currently investigating that incident. Here's a quick reminder that fall is not just about football, it's also about marching band, and the Delmarva Sports Network will cover 6 marching band competitions featuring over a dozen schools from across the peninsula. The competitions will stream exclusively on DSN+, and the next one is scheduled for Saturday, September 27th.
Coming up on DSN at 10:30, it's the final score. And coming up, children's car seat checks, how to ensure child safety. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
We salute Brian Comlow for a lifetime of service and dedication. He proudly served 8 years in the U.S. Navy, followed by a distinguished 30-year career as a Delaware police officer. Helping others has always been at the heart of who he is, and his commitment to protecting and serving both his country and community is truly commendable.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
The Delaware Office of Highway Safety is holding a national seat check. That's on Saturday, September 27th at the Bay Health Sussex campus from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They say the event is designed to help ensure that car seats are installed correctly and are appropriate for a child's age, height, and weight.
When it comes to the IRS, the check will no longer be in the mail. The IRS has announced it's phasing out paper tax refund checks for individual taxpayers beginning September 30th. The change is a result of an executive order which mandates all federal payments must transition to electronic methods. Officials say the change is designed to protect taxpayers as well as expediting the refund process. The IRS says taxpayers should continue to file their returns as they normally would.
Facebook parent company Meta has launched a political action committee to influence artificial intelligence regulation. Through a new super PAC, Meta is setting aside millions of dollars to fight state politicians across the country who the company believes do not support AI development. That's according to a new announcement Tuesday. And this is the second super PAC that Meta has announced in recent weeks. The previously announced group, called Meta California, focuses on AI policy in that state. Well, the season is on and the flock is flying on 100.9% classic country. From the first snap to the final whistle, you can hear Baltimore Ravens games right here on Delmarva. Every drive, every touchdown, all season long, 100.9% classic country is your home for Ravens football.
And it's week 4 in the NFL season, and we have Sunday night football right here on Coast TV. The Green Bay Packers are facing the Dallas Cowboys. That's going to be in Texas. Coverage begins at 7. Then stay right here for Coast TV News following the game.
Now here is a live look into Milford, and we'll have one more check on your forecast coming up after this.
We're tracking a couple of lingering sprinkles for the next hour or so, but then that'll stop by 8 o'clock and looking for 74 degrees by then. Umbrella winner, Marilyn Paul of Ocean View. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruxted, Mandela's, and Federico. The number to call is 443-880-9100. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We are calling for a yellow alert day for Thursday, particularly after the sun goes down.
Okay, thanks, Paul, and thanks for joining us for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.